Paris is one of the world's most expensive cities, so finding a space to work, whether you're a student, self-employed, or on a business trip, can cost a pretty penny. But if you know where to look, you can find some beautiful spots to work for free or nearly so. Come along and discover 3 architectural gems of France's capital city, where you can co-work or study without shelling out hundreds of euros each month. We'll also share some tips to visit museums and exhibitions for next to nothing. This beautiful stone edifice, located in the heart of the Marais, was built in the 16th century and is now the city's oldest municipal library. The main reading room is free for all to enter, but arrive early to grab a seat as places fill up fast. You'll need a library card to enter the reading room, but the reception desk can help if you need to sign up for one. Before you enter the room, hand the reception desk your library card, and they will swap it for a card with an assigned seat number on it. You will need to check your bags in the locker corresponding to your seat number. Finally, you may enter the reading room and sit at your assigned seat. Try not to be distracted by the beautifully painted original ceiling beams. If you need to charge your laptop, you will find an outlet on the tabletop. The library offers free Wi-Fi to all patrons. Remember to keep quiet, as it's a library, so any calls should be taken outside. In summer months, the picnic tables in the building's courtyard are convenient places to sit for a sandwich. In the rear of the building, you'll find a room with a coffee machine and tables where you can eat lunch. The bathrooms by the entrance are free for the public to use, a handy thing to keep in mind next time you're in the neighborhood. Next on our tour is the Richelieu site of the National Library of France, or Bibliothèque Nationale de France. This palace was converted into the Royal Library in 1721, and the building was substantially renovated from 2011 to 2022. The Salle Ovale, or Oval Room, is the most iconic room in the entire library. Originally opened in 1936, it recently reopened after being largely closed to the public during renovations, which restored its former luster. The room is open to the public and offers access to 20,000 books and 160 reading spaces to all for free. The BNF offers free Wi-Fi to all patrons. The impressive oval-shaped glass roof crowns the room, bathing it in natural light. Just below, 16 bays house oculus windows, surrounded by intricate faience tile mosaics, decorating the ceilings. Above each bay are inscriptions naming the most culturally important cities in history. The room is enveloped by large bookcases spanning 3 stories. The Labrouste reading room, or Salle Labrouste, exemplifies 19th century architecture, blending iron beams with traditional architectural motifs. Slender metal columns rise 10 meters to meet the 9 cupolas capping the ceiling, culminating in circular skylights. Paintings by artist Alexandre Decoff, depicting scenes of nature, decorate the vaulted arches flanking the sidewalls above the towering rows of books. The center of the room is dominated by an expanse of desks bejeweled with light blue reading lamps. This room requires a pass for access, but if you ask nicely, you may step into the entry area for a peek without going past the security gates. Exit the Salle Labrouste and head down the hall. You will find a jarringly modern metal spiral staircase, atop which sits the museum housing the library's impressive collection of artifacts from the ancient world to the modern day. The museum's collection includes some of the best preserved Roman-era silver dishes, ancient jewelry, old maps, and a numismatic collection of antique coins. The Louis XV Salon was created to house the king's coin collection, but is perhaps more impressive today for its period furniture and decor. The museum boasts a more extensive collection than I've shown you, but I must embarrassingly admit that I didn't visit them as I didn't realize the museum was so big. Entrance to the museum is 10 euros, unless you have a pass. To access the reading rooms other than the Salle Ovale, you will need a research pass. If you can justify the need to access documents in the research libraries, the cost for an annual research pass is 55 euros. An annual reading and culture pass is 25 euros and includes entry to the museum and the main reading rooms at the BNF's other main location. but not the research reading rooms at the Richelieu site. Students and those under 26 get a price reduction. The annual passes also grant access to the library's digital services, like scholarly journal articles. This modern building is a stark departure from France's architectural heritage, but stuns no less with its monumental scale. Shaped like 4 bookends, this building consists of 4 towers and a large platform spanning over a city block, with a large open space in the middle housing a forest. Inaugurated in 1995 by President François Mitterrand and opened in 1996, the BNF François Mitterrand was one of the president's megaprojects, as French presidents often undertake during their time in office. After a surprisingly long walk along the wooden planks atop the library's lower portion, you arrive at the entrance and take the stairs down to enter the building and go through security. Upon entering the main atrium, you can use the restrooms to your left, the lockers to your right, or the picnic area to your right if you brought lunch. Taking the left hallway from the atrium, you will find a wall of student chairs where you can sit and work for free. Electric outlets are few and far between, and during student exams, a seat may be hard to find. Behind these walls are reading rooms for the general public, organized by category. If you have a day pass or an annual pass for the BNF, you can access these reading rooms and find a seat at one of the large tables in the center of the room, complete with power outlets and Wi-Fi, which is present throughout the building. On the other end of the hallway is the café, more lockers, and the Halle des Globes. The Halle des Globes features 2 4-meter-wide globes, designed by Venetian cosmographer Vincenzo Coronelli for King Louis XIV, representing Earth and the heavens. The globes are free to visit, so be sure not to miss them. Each atrium features an outdoor deck, which is great for a breath of fresh air and to take in views of the forest. If you take the opposite hallway back to the main atrium, you'll find more reading rooms, plus an exhibition space where the library organizes photographic or artistic exhibits that are free to annual pass holders. If you have a research pass, you can access the research library downstairs. This floor includes reading rooms for different disciplines like science and history. Some rooms also offer private working spaces, or carrels. The downstairs floor also has cafes on each end, where you can find a limited selection of foods and drinks like coffee. Walking from one end of the library to another is maddeningly time-consuming, thanks to the library's cosmic proportions, but you will certainly get your steps in. A one-day pass to the upstairs reading rooms is €5. The reading and culture pass and research passes are the exact same ones as the Richelieu site, and you can use them at both. The historic library of the city of Paris is located at 24 Rue Pavée in the 4th arrondissement. It is closest to the Saint-Paul station on Line 1, but is also within walking distance of Bastille, where Lines 1, 5, and 8 converge. The Richelieu Library is located at 58 Rue de Richelieu in the 2nd arrondissement. It is near Palais Royal Musée du Louvre on Line 1, Bourse Metro on Line 3, Pyramide on Line 7 and 14, and Richelieu Drouot on Lines 8 and 9. The BNF François Mitterrand is situated at Quai François Mauriac in the 13th arrondissement. It is next to the Bibliothèque François Mitterrand station on Line 14 in the RERC, or Quai de la Gare on Line 6. These 3 spaces are a godsend for those needing to work away from home without doling out hundreds of euros per month for co-working spaces. I can personally attest the usefulness and appeal of these spaces as workspaces. Whether you live in Paris or are just visiting, I recommend a visit, especially to the Richelieu Library. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more tips and tricks on navigating Paris on a shoestring.